Is my hair messed up? Hey everybody, Sam Phil here, back with you guys. Today let's work on the Polaris Sportsman. Let's get the carburetor off of it, see why in the world it's leaking gas with a brand new carburetor on it. Anyway, let's get going right now. Let's go! Alright everybody, let's see if we can't get this carburetor taken off. Alright, if you guys remember from some of the other videos, I bought this carburetor. It's a knockoff, you know, cheap eBay special I bought for, actually I paid like $30 for this. Where this was actually cheaper than buying a carburetor kit for it. But I put it on the machine and it leaks out of the vent tube. That's why this plastic bucket's here. So I don't know what's going on with it, but between this carburetor, the original carburetor that came on it, and I bought a carburetor repair kit, I think maybe we can get at least one of these guys going. So I need to take out these two bolts right here. Alright, now this brace should come off like this. I'm going to put these two nuts back on the end so I don't lose them. Okay, now we should be able to get the carburetor back off and then unhook the choke in the throttle cable. Okay, there's the choke, and I don't think that's how that choke cable runs. So get it off. Alright, now we just need to take this plate off. There we go. Okay, we got the carburetor off. Let's take it over to the workbench. Actually, let's turn it upside down and dump all the gas out. Then we'll take it over to the workbench. Alright everybody, so this is the cheap carburetor I bought. Here is the original carburetor that came off of the bike. And then I'm hoping in this back we should have a carburetor repair kit. So hopefully between all of this we can get one good running carburetor. I think the first thing I want to do is let's take this new one apart and see what's going on with it, because a brand new carburetor shouldn't leak gas. Like I said, it's coming out of this overflow vent, so that kind of tells me that the needle and seat aren't sitting in it. So what I'm trying to do is get this screw out right here. It didn't want to turn real easy. And I know for a fact that these strip out real easy, so I'm just going to try to clamp the vice grips on it. And just turn it just a little bit, just enough to get it started, and then I will switch back over to the, there we go, to the screwdriver. Alright, let's see what we got. It looks clean in here. I mean, Well, that's weird. That should be working. It's closed. Okay, well, I did a little work off camera. And so I took the new carburetor we got back apart. And here's what I noticed. Now, I don't know if this is a big deal or not, but it doesn't, this is the needle, right, for the needle and seat in the carburetor. And it doesn't have a rubber tip on the end of it. All the other ones I've ever seen have a rubber tip on it. And I'm wondering if maybe that's why this thing dribbles gas. And I also noticed when I took them, this is the old one, I took it apart also. So I think what we're going to do is, I think we're going to rebuild this old one. I think it's just going to be in better shape. We may use some of the parts off of this one on this one, but I think together we're going to make one good carburetor out of this deal. But before I get going too much on it, I'm going to clean this old one up real good. Here's the old one. Let me see if I can get the needle out of here, and I'll show you what it looks like, just so you guys can tell the difference. And here's the thing: this may not be a big deal. I know I've worked on some 70 model dirt bikes and stuff in the past, and I don't remember them having a rubber part on the end of their needle either. But all of the newer ones do. And here's what that looks like. See how it has a rubber? It has a rubber end on it. Now this one's wore out. You can see it's got a ring all the way around it. But anywho, I think maybe that was part of the problem on this new one leaking. So anyway, I'm going to get this cleaned up and I'll get back with you. Okay, well, let's try to put this thing back together. Okay, that part's working good. Alright, what else do we need to put in here? Is there something I'm forgetting? Something like that. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so that should get the bottom part of it. Now I'm thinking about switching this whole top cap with this one. Gotta be honest, I'm kind of feeling like this is a different carburetor than the one that was on it. The insides are different, that's for sure. Wow, that's a lot different. Wheel. Okay. Alright, let's go put this back on the machine and see what we get. What do you think? Alright, let's go put the machine back together. Okay everybody, well we got the carburetor back on, put the gas tank back on, it's got gas in it. Let's see what we get. Try choking it a little bit. I see gas going in it, that's good. Okay. This may be one of those guys that just has to run with the airbox and all that on it. I know I've run across those before. Well, let's put the airbox on it. I got a new air cleaner for it. Alright everybody, well I put the air filter and stuff in it. Let's see if that makes any difference at all. Everybody, I would say that's a win. We need to adjust the idle and stuff, but won't call that good this video. Check in next time. We keep working on the Polaris Sportsman. Hey everybody, we got the Polaris running. That's a plus, man. That's a win in my book. I know it's running kind of weird, but you know, we need to adjust the idle and stuff like that. But you know what? It revs up. It seems to be running pretty smooth. Now I just need to keep an eye on it, make sure it's not leaking any gas, and I'm going to call that good, and then we'll start just putting everything back together, changing its oil, figuring out what else is wrong with it. Anyway, let's see. I still got some stickers. They look like this. If you guys want any of them, just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I know that's so old school, but when I was a kid, you could send self-addressed stamped envelopes all over the place, and they'd send you all kinds of cool stuff, maps and all kinds of neat stuff. But anyway, I want to keep that going, so send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. The description is in below. Just send it to my P.O. box and I will send you some free stickers. Please check out Drew at Village Tactical. He sponsors all these things. Without him, none of this stuff would be happening. Anyway, check out his channel. Anyway, this is going to be Sandfill out. Be safe on the dunes. Bye.
What the hell?